This week, Ria and I are taking the Steadman Yamaha Wolverine on a trail that can make you feel out of this world with some spectacular rock formations.
Then we're showing you a picture-perfect trail as the AYL crew joins the folks from Jorgensen's Powersports for an amazing ride at the Beaver County ATV Jamboree.
Finally, we're getting an in-depth look into the Slick Rock crew to show you how the brand got started and has since grown into a monumental piece of the off-road community. It's all headed your way right now. At Your Leisure is next. You know, it's not often that we get to start our show with a team of experts outstanding in their field.
Boy, and today's the day.
And we are standing in our field.
Yeah, it's everybody's field. Some of the great public lands of Utah. Hi, everybody. Welcome to At Your Leisure today. I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Ria Rossi Booth.
And we are with our friends from the Tri-State ATV Club. Some of these friends of ours go back decades. I mean, like Glenn Zumwalt here. Yep. I've known him since we started the show.
That's right.
Which is sadly decades.
And isn't that beautiful?
It is sad.
And you're still recreating the same way you did 20, 30 years ago. That's the beauty of these rigs.
That's true. Anyway, we are exploring the area outside of Enterprise, Utah, and this is a part of the state that a lot of people just don't even think about because it's not right off of a major highway system. You have to make an effort to get out here, but boy, once you do, it is worth it.
Yeah.
In fact, there's some of the people here with the group today that actually left the populated areas to move down here so they could do this more often and more parts of the year.
I think we should move here. I say that wherever we are.
We're in trouble now.
I always say that because everything's so beautiful.
There's a lot to discover on the trails outside of Enterprise. Let's get to it.
Well, I think that when people think of Washington County, they think of more red rocks and sand dunes, but we're up in the mountains. We got pine trees, we got juniper trees, we got water coming out of the side of the hill. We got an old cabin that probably was inhabited 60, 70 years ago. This is a cool spot.
I went out on this ride. The trails turned into really fun trails going back and forth through the mountain ranges with different rock formations changing throughout the ride. It's a beautiful ride, a fun ride to hit.
Like the rocks, you know, on the ride today, those big white bouldery looking rocks, and there's an area called the Pinnacles. It's kind of unique formations.
If you've been noticing the views and things that we've had today, just incredible. The views back toward Enterprise Reservoir. If you look over that hill, you're looking over Mineral Mountain and over into the St. George Basin. And then when we were looking west, you're looking straight over into Nevada. So you're seeing a lot of country in one trip.
Well, you know, one thing that I can guarantee, while the trip may only be like 5.5 hours of ride time.
Right.
You want a whole day for it because you do not want to miss the opportunity to stop and take in scenery like this.
This is literally the most beautiful trail, I think, in the state, one of the most beautiful trails in the state of Utah.
And nobody knows about it.
I know.
They never come out here.
You all got to get yourselves out here. You will, it is so green, and the flowers and the pine and the aspen and the rocks. I mean, it's like sensory overload. It's so gorgeous.
That's true. And from this vantage point, you can look out that way into the Nevada desert towards Las Vegas. You can look up into the central part of western Utah.
Yeah.
And so just every time you come over, there's just all these rugged layers of landscape. It's marvelous.
And the fighter jets flying up top, coming out of Nevada.
There's some pretty strange contrails up there in the sky.
Yeah, they're a little funky looking, but boy, this is something else.
Anyway, right now it's time for us to go on to our Where To.
Jamboree season is upon us, and that means it's time to get your OHV out on the trail and explore the parts of Utah you've never seen before.
We're out here just outside of beautiful Beaver, Utah for the Beaver ATV Jamboree. It's an event that they host every year out here in Beaver, Utah. Hundreds of miles of trails, and it's just beautiful. You gotta come out here.
Today we're on the Picture Rock ride. Once we have spent some time in Picture Rock going through the rocks, we run back and go over the top to an overview, which looks over the Beaver, town of Beaver, and the Mineral Mountains. And from that location, you can see a lot of the rides that people would like to go on.
I've never ridden up here in this area, and I live in the desert, and so the sand dunes get pretty hot during the summer. And so I thought would it be a good idea to come up to the mountains, to find some trails to ride, get to know the area, so that way when the weather starts to really heat up, I can find some cool places to ride.
Finding new places to ride can be a chore sometimes, and if you're new to the sport, the number of trail options in Utah can be overwhelming. The beauty of a jamboree is that you take away the guesswork. The locals not only show you the best places to ride, but they point out the easy-to-miss details and teach you about the history along the route.
I just like the whole ride. It's really fun and dusty. It throws you around a lot, which makes it fun.
It's just awesome. You don't see this, and you know when we're on these kind of things that not many people get out here and get up here, and so you just feel really secluded, but you're like this. It's just so beautiful, something that you don't see every day.
Yeah, so we're out here for the Beaver ATV Jamboree. Jorgensen likes to be involved with these kind of events and any kind of jamborees, trail rides, any kind of outdoor adventures out here in Utah. The surrounding states, Jorgensen likes to promote it, and we like to be involved and meet new people and just enjoy spending time in outdoors. We've been going up through valleys and crossing little rivers. The only thing I wish, I just should have brought my fishing pole because there's been trout all over the place.
The views have been spectacular. It's actually really chilly up here in the mountains. It's been a lot of fun. We've crossed the river many times. That was pretty fun, going through the water like that.
Jamborees can last a weekend or an entire week. They let you ride with experienced local guides who can answer just about any questions you have about an area. They also provide great opportunities to meet new people who love the outdoors just as much as you do.
This is my first time out on the trail actually at the Beaver Jamboree, and I'll definitely be doing it next year. It's a blast.
And just, have some snacks, be prepared to stop, and just enjoy the view. Switch off driving. Don't be the one who drives the whole time, because if you are, you're missing out. I don't want to drive it. I want to sit in a passenger seat, and I want to just sit and let somebody else drive. I offered, my son is like, would you like to drive so I can sit and enjoy the views?
Whether you're the passenger or the driver, OHV and ATV Jamborees are a great way to meet locals, to make friends, and to find new trails. With this week's Where To, I'm Terry Wood.
Hey everybody, welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Scott Huntsman at my South Jordan Two-Neck shop, and this is
Brandon Scott from Utah Jeep Crew and Diabolical Inc.
There you go, and you remember him. We've worked on his Jeep in the past. We've done all kinds of things, but he is having troubles with power steering.
That's right.
He loses that power steering in the worst possible places, which could be where?
Out on a trail, even on the street.
There you go. Hey, Armstrong steering is never any fun for anybody. If I recall, this is pump number 3. The third one in a row to put on. So Brandon reached out to me and said, Scott, can we figure out what's going on? Am I just purchasing defective parts? I think that there might be something that's creating this to fail, and we're gonna find that out today. You might be surprised at the result. Let's get inside, let's get started with it, and let's figure this thing out. Okay guys, so step 1 here is I've removed the high pressure power steering hose from this Jeep. Now the reason I've done that, and the reason I suspect that this may be the problem with it, is this high pressure hose has a Teflon inner liner that runs through the hose sections. It's a combination of aluminum tubing and hose sections that are high pressure. What I suspect is that the Teflon liner has broken, and part of that has flapped to the inside to restrict the flow, overpressurize the pump. If that's the case, parts of that liner are going to work themselves into the power steering gear itself. But the only way to really find out is to cut this hose open. And sure enough, just as we suspected, here is a broken piece of this Teflon inner liner. I mean, we went right to it. That Teflon liner, and you can see it inside, has broken. Parts of it have gone down. We're gonna have to replace the steering gear as well. We can't clean that stuff out. It just plugs everything up. This was really an engineering flaw. The new hose, as opposed to the old one, has been modified and changed. For one thing, it's a different type of material for the high pressure hose. Now we can't cut our new one open, so we can't look at it, but it has a better liner in it. This is a known problem with this particular Jeep, so they have improved them. The last thing, because we're replacing everything now, the pump, the hoses, and the steering gear, we have the reservoir. And the reservoir flows fluid through it. This is where the return hose connects to, and this is what feeds back into the pump. And there is a screen inside of this. Now, some people might say you should just get a new one, but I'm very confident in my washing capability that I could clean this thing out real good. So I'm gonna put it right back on. All right, guys, project complete. Boom, man. We figured this thing out. Who would have thought a little piece of hose like this could cause such a problem?
Seriously.
If you've got a repair on a Jeep, you got questions, you know where to go. Tunex, whether it be South Jordan, West Valley, all over the Wasatch Front, for any reason whatsoever, we're here for you. I'm Scott Huntsman with
Brandon Scott.
Yep, more at your leisure in a moment.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. We are standing at the top of Cougar Pass, and I haven't yet seen any four-legged cougars, but...
No, but I'm standing next to a two-legged one.
No, he's not. Are you kidding me? He doesn't even know what that means. This is gorgeous. Oh boy. Okay, we should just start over. This is so gorgeous up here. Oh my gosh. I mean, it is just spectacular views.
This is true. But it's also a really good learning point right here, because we are at a juncture. To this side is the Cougar Canyon wilderness area. To this side of this road is the Slaughter Creek wilderness area, and just right over here is private property. And that really requires extra attention when you're out riding, because you need to stay on the trail. Leaving the trail on either one of those properties in particular causes big problems. A wilderness area gives them ammunition to close down the road completely. Yep. Private property owners gives them the same right. You know, you mess up with their cows, you mess up the land, and they go, no, I'm just not gonna let people come through here anymore. So
and you can get in big trouble if you do.
So when you're out riding, make an effort to stay within the right-of-way and respect the trails.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. There's no reason to get off the trail. It's just, this is a phenomenal trail.
When you see so much as we've seen today, you don't really need to.
True.
Anyway, we started our trip at the beginning of the day coming out of Enterprise, and most people don't even know where Enterprise is or what it is. It's time we introduce you to the town.
Welcome to Enterprise. I'm Sandy Whitewinds. I own Whitewinds Rock Shop. We are on the scenic route from Zions to Ely, and I provide a lot of rocks, stones, some healing items to help people.
I'm Raylene Hall. Our family owns Marms here in Enterprise. We are a mom and pop hamburger joint, and we make the best hamburgers, fries, and shakes. Some people have said this side of the Mississippi. I don't know.
Hello, I'm Dwight Danley. I own the Sinclair convenience store, gas station. Me and my father, my mother, and my wife built it about 35 years ago.
My name is Jerry Lee. My wife and I, Rachel, own the Lee Station Motel here in Enterprise. And we have 14 rooms available for all types of adventurers that come here from all around to ride trails or just enjoy the scenery.
AYL wants to be completely transparent. This is not the bed and breakfast that we were talking about in Enterprise. but it has potential.
I don't think it has potential right now.
Oh, it's already got bedroom furniture in it and everything.
Yeah, well, you don't want anybody out here squatting in it, you know?
No,
you want somebody to come out here and live out here.
It's big enough. You can stand up inside. You don't have to squat.
I think the altitude has gotten to you today.
Yeah, maybe possibly so.
All right, well, listen, don't go away because we're going to head off to our Along the Way.
Slick Rock Productions has become synonymous with built-up machines and hardcore rock crawling. We caught up with the crew at Sand Hollow to find out what they're all about.
It started back in 2014, and we just had a group of friends that came down. We'd like to go ride. We'd go on trips in Moab, Sand Hollow. It kind of all started with the videos and things that I'd like to put together. There was no way to really share them. I would upload them to YouTube. All of a sudden, they started getting more views, and things started taking off.
From humble beginnings, the Slick Rock brand has evolved into something tried and trusted.
We're a production company, and we're a marketing company. We don't sell parts. We don't build machines for other people. We test a lot of parts. We do a lot of R&D for a lot of companies. We help push companies to make better parts for the end users. So the end user always comes first when it comes to Slick Rock. So as we go through, we get to know companies, we get to know their warranty, we get to know their R&D process, the materials they use. We want to know they're a good company, and if that's the case, then Slick Rock stands behind them.
The passion for the sport has enabled the team to spend countless hours doing what they do best.
We were always pushing the limits at the time with the machines that we had, and we were wanting to run bigger tires, trying to accomplish and navigate bigger obstacles, and we were just breaking parts left and right, and we were frustrated, and that's kind of how Slick Rock morphed into this. Let's go out there, let's find out what parts work, what meshes well with the machines, and give that information to all the other off-road enthusiasts so they don't have to go through that process. So they can look at what we're doing, what works, invest their money one time with great companies on great products, and go out and enjoy a weekend with their family and friends and not have to deal with breaking down.
Not only do they share advice about equipment and parts, but are also active in the off-road community.
We do a lot of events, we do a lot of trail guiding. It's our honor. We go places and people just want to ride, they want to come out, they want to spend time with us, and we're really thankful for that. That's kind of what keeps this all going, is the camaraderie of it all. It's fun just to rub shoulders with everybody and get a feel for the public out there. The people that follow us are all the people we ride with and that we spend time with out on the trails, and it's fun to see what they do and what they build. And a lot of times it gives us inspiration to build other stuff as well.
These cordial values have made the enthusiasm for off-roading contagious.
The side-by-side world didn't come till we were married and a few years after that.
I really love it. I love taking pictures, so it's great when they're doing their thing. I can go off and take pictures. I love it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've loved coming out on the rocks and just crawling, and I like the slow stuff better, the rock crawling.
Yeah.
Not as much the sand dunes.
Right.
The team's diverse experience helps to make them caring guides.
We take somebody trusting us to show them the ropes very serious. So when you come out here and you ride with us, you're treated just like if my father-in-law is in the car behind me. Anybody's always welcome to ride with us.
Whether it's about making decisions on the trail or shopping for your next bit of kit, they are an awesome resource.
So if you call us up and you ask us, for example, what the best tire is, we're not just gonna say some company that supports us. We're gonna find things that fit in their budget and for them, and those are the recommendations we're gonna make.
You'll definitely want to keep up to date with their adventures.
So everybody who clicks on our content, watches our videos, reaches out to us with questions, we appreciate it. We really do. We enjoy this so much, and we hope we get to do this for many years to come.
For this week's Along the Way, I'm Steve O'Neill.
See that teeny tiny little line all the way over there coming down that mountain? That's where we were. That's Cougar Pass.
That's right. Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. We are at the top of Mineral Mountain, and we're just right outside of Enterprise, Utah. And my gosh, I cannot get over the beauty of this place.
Just like an unsuccessful guy with a good-looking chick, I'm on my second pass. This is Mineral Mountain Pass. And
it really is beautiful. Now it's off the Slaughter Creek Road, right?
that's right. If you were to go to outsiders.utah.com and look for maps, you would look for the Cougar Pass Slaughter Creek Loop out of Enterprise, Utah, and that's the one that you would be looking for.
Yeah, that'll be this ride, and it is a loop-de-loop. It is absolutely fabulous. I mean, honestly, it's sunny, it's cool breeze, it's just like, it's
Right.
so wonderful.
Now,
I don't want to go.
on August 15th, people might think differently, but right now, this is perfect.
But yeah, because we're in May.
That's
It's
right.
perfect. The flowers are out. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous.
Well, actually, we're, by the time you see this, in June.
Yeah, maybe.
But keeping that in mind, let's take a look at all the things that are happening in June on our next show.
Next week, Chad and I are taking the path less traveled as we join the folks from Delta to show you some great riding opportunities in the South Cricket Mountains.
Then, the AYL crew is taking you out for a unique journey filled with history and adventure as they gamble to have a great time in Eureka.
Finally, Reese and Marianne Stein are joining the Protect Our Lakes, a nonprofit organization, as their volunteers put their goal in action as they spend a great day in service at Jordanelle Reservoir. Now let's take a look at our contest winner.
This week's contest winner was submitted to us via email by Karen Santarosa, and it looks like Karen is the lucky winner of a Clearly Tough windshield for her family's rig.
Clearly Tough offers the strongest windshields on the market. Visit clearlytough.com for more information.
Congratulations, Karen, and be sure to call us on Monday at 801-947-8888 to claim your Clearly Tough windshield.
Next week's show looks great.
It does, and you know what? We look all great. For being riding all day, we look marvelous.
I know. We just jump in the water and then dry off, and here you are.
Biggest wash basin ever, and that's why it's a great place to make your trailhead to start out with.
Right.
Anyway, we want to thank the Tri-State ATV Club for going out of their way to come over here to Enterprise and introduce you to this area. We had just a blast riding today, and we've seen some really great things. I think you all should come out and try it.
Oh my gosh, it's definitely worth the trip, and it's beautiful, and you guys rock. I mean, you got to be with the club, and it's awesome.
You know what? They've got members from all over the state, so you may want to consider signing up.
Yeah.
And joining them on their rides. They have regular rides all the time.
Yeah, the website's right here.
There you go.
There you go.
Just remember, you will find adventure around every bend.
You just got to get out there and create your own adventure
at your leisure.